How's it going, guys? It's me, the Don't Talker, here today with a very late but necessary first impression video on the new series Kotetsujo no Kabaneri. Why did I try to say the Japanese version? Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress. Now, this series has been going on in the same season as this. Well, we're currently in spring 2016. It's been airing this season, and I have actually been sort of, well, to cut it in terms, I've been holding this anime off because, for one, it aired like very late in the season than most of the other series I was watching, so I was like, ugh, I was too lazy to go get accustomed to it and watch it, but I was like, you know what, I'll get to it. But that was one of my most wrongest moves. Well, I made a lot of wrong mistakes in the past, but this one is just adding up to the list. Basically, for one, I today just watched it with my friend who told me, he's like, oh, do you haven't seen it? It's really good. And you know, I was just like, you know, I bet it's good, but I'll just get to it later. Like, I was like doing the other stuff and watching the other series, and I finally got to it, and must I say, it is fantastic. It looks amazing. Wow. And I was like, darn, you know what, this is probably like the thing that was missing it for myself in like this season, because for one, like one of the things that I'm watching right now, there's like My Hero Academia, you have ReZero and Netoge and High Fury, Flying Witch, you have all those things. But you know, in those sort of series, like Boku Hero and Hero Academia it's action-ish, but this one, full on action. And this is sort of like, I don't know why, but this series felt like a piece of my Domotaku-ness that was like missing something this season. I was like, yes, this is what I need, some freaking action and just like some freaking shit going down, right? Well, My Hero Academia does that to an extent, but not as much as this one. You have freaking iron zombies. And like, let me tell you this is the first time I'm watching this, so most of you guys have already watched like episode 9, because that's what it apparently goes up to. And yeah, I'm really late on this, but iron zombies? I mean, I have never ever, like, this is like, wow. And I'm like, from what I hear, this is the original animation, and it's made by the same people of Attack on Titan. I'm not sure about that, but I could see a Attack on Titan sense on this, because I mean, after that first episode, like, freaking train crashes through the city and breaks through the walls. Like, I could not think of anything else, and I'm just like, this seems similar, but it's all good. So, iron zombies. So apparently, in the premise of this series, there are zombies called Kabane, and that are freaking like human zombies that have freaking iron, or that look iron for one. They're freaking look like metal or whatever, and they have iron hearts, so they're hard to kill. And I was like, what the frick? So everyone, of course, lives once again inside a wall, using trains as their means of transportation around the Japan to ignore the zombies. And there's a whole bunch of them, and like, mankind's defense against these zombies are like some steam guns, and apparently they don't kill them at all. And then you have like samurais with swords, and I'm just like, what? Like, this is so trippy but awesome at the same time. So, you know, throughout the whole first episode, you don't see anyone kill a Kabaneri, right? So no one has killed a Kabane from what I've seen so far. But this episode, we follow our main protagonist here, whose name I will get to remember, but Mitsuki, I don't remember his name, I'll get it later. But yeah, our main character basically has a dream to create a weapon, a steam gun, to pierce the iron heart of the Kabaneri. That's gonna be hella weird, because the title's name is Kabaneri, the Kabane, and you know, actually kill one. And like, you know, that's like a pretty pretty good dream, and you know, something that's realistic, because in Attack on Titan, why do I keep comparing this to Attack on Titan? In Attack on Titan, they had a means of killing titans. In this one, they don't. So that I knew of until I watched episode 2. But yeah, and then just like, you know, I need to somehow pierce iron with this gun, and then like, how do I do that? And then eventually he does find a means to do that through some means, and then we're introduced to like a whole bunch of other characters, like this girl who freaking had a kendama. It's like, what the? This is so weird. A girl with a kendama in a freaking anime. I was like, I mean, kendamas are freaking popular as hell right now, like just everywhere, but in a freaking anime, it's like, oh my goodness, I freaking cringed when I saw that, but it was okay, it's all good, it's okay. So then, you know, eventually our main character gets put into jail because he tried to protect someone, because he wasn't a Kabaneri, or because zombies can turn others into zombie or Kabane through bites and whatnot. And then through some things he gets put into jail, and then through some other things, these trains like bringing supplies to the city, one gets taken over by zombies and everyone gets infected, and then it like freaking top speeds through and crashes through the wall, and then invading the city, where once the city is invaded, all the zombies or Kabane got loose, and then there was havoc. So I mean, in Attack on Titan, why do I keep, oh my god, I keep comparing this to Attack on Titan because of what that dude, my friend, said. But yeah, I mean, in Attack on Titan, you had the thing where the Titans invaded, and then I don't want to spoil anything, huh? Okay, let's just, what happened in Attack on Titan episode 1. But in this one, the Kabaneri, the Kabane invaded, and shit went loose. Freaking people getting bitten and killed and whatnot. And then it's up to our main protagonist, who ran back to his home to test his new freaking steam gun, and it works. But then he got bit, and I was just like, oh my. This is like, what the frick is this? Like, main character gets bit and turns into a zombie already, but no, he freaking hooks himself up to a bunch of shit, staples his shoulder, and then he tries to like hang himself to prevent the virus from here to go to his brain. I was like, whoa, this is trippy for a first episode. There's so much is happening. It was so amazing, and then like he prevents his transformation into a Kabaneri, or into a Kabane, and so he's not a zombie anymore. It's just like, what? He just created the first weapon to defeat a zombie, and he cured the infection himself. I was like, what? This is so trippy. And then that's how the episode ends. And then we also get the badass little girl with the kendama who freaking decapitates a zombie. So I don't know the capabilities of these zombies. For one, like, I assumed that they were steel, so you can't really kill them with like all those steam guns that the people had. But then this our main protagonist has the steam gun to pierce their hearts, which are made out of steel. And then this girl comes up with freaking like her shoes with blades on them on the bottom, and she just decapitates one. It's like, that's cool, but like, how'd you do that? Because supposedly I've not seen anyone kill the Kabaneri since this guy. So I mean, like, well, okay. So anyways, that like my first impression on this series, it was really good, and there was so much good things that happened in this first series that got me really hooked on. And I'm gonna watch the second episode or make a video on that also as well, because this is pretty good. And I don't know about making this series or continuing it because I'm 9 episodes late. Depends on how I watch the rest of the episodes, because I am super late on this, and I apologize. But for one, I must say that this was a pretty good anime, and that if you guys are not watching this anime, then it's pretty good, and I would get on it like now, because the series this season end at episode 11 or 12 or whatever. They're mostly 12 basically. So yeah, this is gonna end soon, and for one, this anime looks pretty sick. So anyways, that is my first impression on Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress. I keep mixing up dang Kabaneri and Kabane in the freaking thing. That's not my fault. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this first impression review. Stay tuned, because I will be coming up with an episode 2 reaction review, because I need to continue this and see a conclusion to this, and we'll see how it goes after that. So until then, guys, I'll see you guys on the next video on the Don't Talk Anime channel. Like the video if you enjoyed. Like the video if you like Kabaneri, because it's pretty good. And subscribe, because the episode 2 will be coming out real soon. So take care, guys, and matane.